What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Funboxing with Will. I'm your host, Will, from H2O Co Film and Photo, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit off of normal schedule. I posted my gimbal review this morning on the Zhiyun Crane 3 Lab, and so if you want to check that out, go ahead and check out that review. But as far as this video goes, I wanted to get into some DIY filmmaking stuff. You know, for us creators out there, content creators, filmmakers, short filmmakers, pretty much anybody who's into a visual medium of creating, things are expensive, you know. A lot of this gear that we buy, it costs a lot of money. It's not cheap. So anytime I can find a way to cut a corner financially and make something just as good, but build it myself, I try to do that, and I've had pretty good luck with it so far. And my experiences in building things, they've turned out pretty well, and I mean, hell, I still use some of the very first builds that I ever made. So I figured maybe put out a DIY video on some filmmaking equipment. People might find that useful. And seeing as I'm in quarantine right now and I've got nothing better to do than make these videos, I figured I'd go ahead and pop the video out again today. So this is my second video for today, just because I'm bored. But okay, here we go. So today I'm going to be talking about how to make a boom pole fairly cheap. Now, boom poles aren't the most expensive thing in the world. You can get them just the boom pole, no accessories, no audio equipment with them. I believe I found one, a newer brand name boom pole today on Amazon for like $67, $68 or something like that, plus tax. So this particular item isn't super expensive to begin with, but I wanted to show you guys today how I put together a boom pole and the entire audio system with it, with the microphone and everything, for right around $60, $61 after everything was said and done. And it's very useful, and it's a good tool to have. A lot of people, I don't think, when you're first starting your creation of your content, when you're first getting into the field, whether you're in commercial work, whether you're doing YouTube tutorials, a vlogger, podcasting, well, I guess podcasting would be more in tune with this than video people, but to me, audio is 70% of your creation there. And say I have a video that's shot in 720p, but the audio is amazing. People are more likely statistically to watch that video all the way through till the end than they would if I had amazing footage in 4K but crap sound. People don't realize how important sound is in the very beginning, and it is very important. So if you're trying to make a film or something like that, it's not always practical to just have a camera body mic like the one I'm using now, the Boya BBY, I believe it is, the little micro mic, mini micro mic. It's a great mic, but from the distance from the camera, say I'm trying to film two actors 10 feet away and they're supposed to be a distance from the camera, but I need to pick up audio still. So in that kind of a situation, you need something like a boom pole. And so instead of going out and spending, you know, $70 on one that just came with the pole, I decided to build my own, and I ended up getting it in, like I said, around $61. That was with the shotgun mic included. So what I did, super simple, I went down to Lowe's and I bought this guy right here. This is a Valspar 4 to 8 foot extension pin lock pole. And pretty much what it is it's for, I'm assuming, a paint roller. It's got the threaded tip that you would see on the end of a broom or a mop that you can screw on a head to a mop or a broom, or in this case, a paint roller. And I bought it, it was $22 at Lowe's. I brought it home, and then I went ahead and I unscrewed the two screws that hold in the threaded tip to mount the paint roller on. I pulled this piece out, real simple. I drilled a hole in it, and for 67 cents bought a threaded 1/4 inch bolt. Put the bolt up in through it, hit it with some Loctite underneath, put the thread back in, and then screwed it back in. Then I went and picked up a cold shoe. This thing was, I think, 75 cents or something like that. Picked it up at Tempe Camera. So now you can take this cold shoe and you can screw it on to the end of your extension pole. The extension pole comes out, and it gives me a good, I'd say, 12-foot range here. I'm almost hitting my wall that's about 6 foot behind the camera, and I'm about 6 foot in front of the camera. So I would say, yeah, almost 12 foot. I'm going to get out of frame here just for a second so you can see what the tip of this looks like, and this is what you're going to come up with here in the end. you're going to have a cold shoe attached to the end of a pole. And it works really well. Now, the mic I've chosen to use for this particular project, I went with one of the cheaper mics that I could find. Although it is a good mic, it is the Takstar 9598 boom mic. Shotgun mic, I'm sorry. And if you want to find out more information about this microphone, I have a separate video that's just strictly a review on this, as well as the audio recorder I use. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and hit up that video of mine, and I'll tell you all about it in that video. So anyways, you attach the shotgun mic here to the top of the boom pole here. You put it in the cold shoe, you slide it through. Very simple, very easy to do. You just slide that in, and then you tighten down your boom pole, or your microphone. So now that I've got the microphone tied down, I got that. Now this is about 30 bucks, this is about 22. We're at $52 now. So you're like, Will, where's the other $8 that you spent? Well, you need an audio extension cord. So I went to Walmart, and for $8.99 I picked up this 3.5 millimeter jack, 16-foot headphone extension cord, essentially. Now, I don't know what kind of audio recorder you guys use. It's always best, in my professional opinion, to use an audio recorder to record your sound, as opposed to running your sound directly to the camera body. I just feel like with a 24-bit recorder, I can get high-resolution sound out of this, and that's a lot better than what my camera can produce natively out of body. So it's just a personal preference that I use. But with this extension cord, you can plug it into the Zoom HN1 handy broadcasting professional recorder, and then you can plug this directly into the mic. Now, generally there'd be the extension cord between this and the mic, but I'm just showing you here, giving you a rough idea of what it will look like. You can also hook up a pair of headphones to this, so you can monitor your audio while you're recording, and then from there, you just extend your pole, and then you've got the microphone. You've got here, let me get out of frame again. There you go. Got the boom pole, you've got the shotgun mic and the boom pole all hooked up there. And I can get this in 10 feet away from me, holding this up in the air over someone's head, and get some really awesome audio. So it's just a cheaper way, I'd say, to make something that's, you know, not too expensive. I'll start doing some more DIY videos if you guys like this one and want to see more. I have a lot of products that I've made that weren't so cheap. Like I said, like this runs you about 70 bucks for a cheaper boom pole. Now they range in price from anywhere to about $70. You could spend all the way up to $400 on a boom pole if you really wanted to get the best on the market. But for $62 or $61 roughly at Lowe's, this is how you make one at home, and that includes the microphone. So I didn't include the Zoom HN1 audio recorder just because it's not a necessity to have it. So you could technically record just by plugging it into your camera body and still use the boom pole. But if you're going to want high resolution sound, I always recommend a audio recorder. But yeah, so there you guys have it. It's just a real quick video on a DIY boom pole. I hope you guys felt like this was helpful, and if you found this information at all helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button down there. Hit the notification bell to see more videos in the future. I'm sure I'll be putting out more content fairly soon. And again, if you want to see more DIY videos on how to build your own film equipment, I've made my own sliders before for cameras. I've made all sorts of stuff. I think one time I was really bored. Me and my buddies even put together a glide cam from scratch, and that ended up costing us around $70 from Home Depot. So later we found out we could have just bought one cheaper, but the experience was good to have, and it was hella fun. So yeah, if you want to see any more of these DIY videos, go ahead and put that in the comments, and I'll put out some more for you guys. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and stay creative, my friends.